Imagine a world where raw muscle decides everything. A world where strength alone bends steel, crushes concrete, and reshapes cities without machines, tools, or technology. In this world, intelligence still exists, but it no longer leads. Power does. Humans today believe themselves to be strong because of cranes, engines, weapons, and machines. Strip all of that away, and the truth becomes uncomfortable. Our bodies are fragile, our bones break easily, and our muscles tire quickly. Compared to the animal kingdom, humans are physically unprepared for dominance. Nature, however, has spent millions of years perfecting strength. Through evolution, it has crafted creatures that survive not through planning or innovation, but through biological force. Muscle fibers thicker than cables, bones denser than concrete, jaws that act like industrial presses, and bodies that turn motion into destruction. Today we explore the strongest animals on Earth and translate their abilities into human terms, not as statistics, but as lived reality. Before moving forward, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new updates. What would cities look like? How would work, travel, and conflict change? What would humans actually do if they possessed this power? The answer is not just fascinating, it is deeply unsettling. Number 11. Dung beetle. The dung beetle defies logic. Despite its tiny size, it can pull over 1,000 times its own body weight, making it the strongest animal relative to size ever measured. This ability allows it to move objects that appear impossibly large. If humans had this proportional strength, the impossible would become routine. A single person could pull 6 fully loaded semi-trucks at once, drag collapsed buildings during rescues. The global economy would shift dramatically, as muscle-powered labor would outperform machines. Number 10. Leafcutter ant. Leafcutter ants demonstrate that strength is not only about force, but endurance and coordination. Individually, they carry objects up to 50 times their body weight for long distances. Collectively, entire colonies operate like a single superorganism. If humans had this strength, logistics would be transformed overnight. A person could lift a pickup truck overhead and walk miles without rest. Warehouses would shrink. Transportation costs would drop. Human endurance would redefine productivity. Number 9. White rhinoceros. The white rhinoceros turns strength into unstoppable momentum. Weighing over 5,000 pounds, it becomes a living battering ram when charging. Walls crack, vehicles flip, and obstacles collapse under its mass. Even more shocking is its speed, reaching up to 35 miles per hour despite its size. If humans had this charging power, infrastructure would be constantly at risk. Running accidents could cause structural damage. Everyday travel would become destructive. Number 8. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamuses appear calm and slow, but they are among the deadliest animals on Earth. Their enormous bodies combined with incredibly powerful jaws allow them to kill more humans each year than most predators. Their mouths open nearly 180 degrees, revealing massive teeth capable of crushing bones instantly. If humans had this jaw strength, violence would become terrifyingly efficient. A human could bite down and crush a car door shut, sever limbs instantly, or destroy reinforced materials. Number 7. Grizzly bear. Grizzly bears combine enormous mass with explosive violence. Their strength is sudden, overwhelming, and designed to end threats immediately. One swipe from a grizzly's paw can shatter bones, while their shoulders generate enough force to flip heavy objects effortlessly. Their claws tear through wood, flesh, and bone with ease. If humans had this level of upper body power, society would struggle to contain it. During accidents, people could flip cars aside instead of waiting for rescue teams. Emergency situations would be resolved instantly through brute force. However, anger and emotional loss of control would become deadly. One uncontrolled strike could kill. Number 6. Mantis shrimp. The mantis shrimp is often cited as one of nature's most astonishing examples of raw power packed into a small frame, earning its reputation as the fastest and most powerful striker relative to its size. This tiny marine creature delivers a punch so rapid that it accelerates faster than a .22 caliber bullet, reaching speeds that defy intuition. The force of its strike doesn't just rely on physical impact, it creates a phenomenon called cavitation, where bubbles form and instantly collapse in the water, generating brief flashes of heat and light. For a split second, the surrounding water can effectively boil, adding a secondary shock wave that amplifies the damage. This combination allows the mantis shrimp to shatter thick shells, crack aquarium glass, and incapacitate prey almost instantly. If we imagine a human equivalent, it would be someone whose single punch could smash bulletproof glass, fracture solid concrete, and knock out an opponent before the brain even has time to process the sensation of being hit. The mantis shrimp reminds us that strength isn't just about size or muscle mass, it's about efficiency, speed, and precision, proving that nature can engineer power in the most unexpected forms. Number 5. Tiger. Tigers represent strength perfected through athletic precision. They do not rely solely on force, but on timing, speed, and flawless coordination. Tigers can drag prey heavier than themselves for long distances and leap over 20 feet in a single bound. Their muscles are designed for explosive motion and lethal accuracy. If humans had tiger-like strength and agility, cities would transform vertically. Staircases would feel unnecessary. People could sprint while carrying heavy appliances, leap between rooftops, and scale walls effortlessly. Law enforcement, architecture, and safety design would need to account for humans moving in 3 dimensions instead of 2. Number 4. Gorilla. Gorillas feel unsettling because they are so close to us. Sharing nearly 98% of human DNA, they represent an alternate version of humanity, shaped by strength instead of intellect. Despite similar body size, gorillas are estimated to be up to 10 times stronger than the average human. Their muscles are denser, more efficient, and designed for explosive bursts of power. Gorillas can lift or throw objects weighing well over 1,800 pounds without preparation. If humans had gorilla-level strength, everyday life would change dramatically. Doors would be pushed open too hard. Furniture would snap under casual contact. Number 3. Saltwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile represents strength concentrated into one terrifying function: its bite. This ancient predator has been refined by evolution into a near-perfect killing machine. Its jaws close with over 3,700 pounds per square inch of pressure, making it the strongest bite force ever recorded. Bones shatter instantly. Flesh collapses under pressure. What makes this even more dangerous is efficiency. Once the jaws close, they require minimal muscle effort to remain shut. The structure of the skull and gravity do most of the work. If humans had this bite force, the world would become extremely dangerous. A human could crush a bowling ball between their teeth, bite through steel bars, or clamp down on a car door and fold it inward. Prisons, restraints, and handcuffs would be useless. Even safety equipment would need redesigning. Number 2. African bush elephant. On land, the African bush elephant stands as the ultimate symbol of controlled strength. Weighing up to 6 tons, it carries its power with calm certainty rather than aggression. Elephants do not rush or flinch because nothing challenges them physically. Their trunk, containing over 40,000 individual muscles, allows for both overwhelming force and delicate precision. With it, elephants can uproot trees, flip vehicles, and push massive objects, then moments later, gently lift a newborn calf. Entire landscapes change because elephants pass through them. Forests open, water paths shift, and ecosystems reorganize. If humans had elephant-level strength, cities would be built around human capability instead of machinery. A single person could lift a city bus overhead, carry steel beams across construction sites, and position concrete slabs by hand. Infrastructure projects that take months would take days. Disaster recovery would be immediate, as humans could clear debris, move collapsed structures, and rebuild without waiting for equipment. Number 1. Blue whale. The The blue whale is not only the largest animal alive today, but the strongest creature to ever exist in the entire history of life on Earth. No dinosaur, no prehistoric beast, and no modern animal comes close to its absolute physical power. Stretching longer than a basketball court and weighing more than 180 tons, the blue whale moves through the ocean with a calm authority that feels unreal. Each slow sweep of its tail pushes aside enormous volumes of water, generating force that no human-made engine could naturally replicate. Its muscles are so powerful that it can accelerate its massive body with ease, defying what we think is possible for something so large. Inside its chest beats a heart the size of a small car, pumping blood through arteries wide enough for a human to stand inside. If humans possessed this level of absolute strength, daily life would feel surreal. A human could step into the ocean and push an aircraft carrier forward using only their legs. Ships would no longer need engines. Naval warfare would become meaningless. Humans could physically tow islands of infrastructure, reshape coastlines by walking through shallow seas, and turn oceans into muscle-powered highways connecting continents. When we step back and observe these animals together, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Humans were never meant to dominate the planet through raw strength alone. Civilization exists not because we are the strongest species, but because we learned to place limits on ourselves. Laws, ethics, empathy, and systems were created to control what pure power could destroy. Now imagine if humans possessed even one of these animal abilities: a bite strong enough to crush steel, muscles capable of flipping vehicles, the power to charge through concrete without slowing down. Society would not simply change, it would destabilize overnight. Cities would become fragile. These animals don't seek domination, they survive by instinct. But humans? We seek control, influence, and legacy. That difference is everything. Nature's strongest creatures serve as living reminders that raw power is not the ultimate achievement. True dominance comes from knowing when not to use it. And perhaps that is why humans, despite being physically weaker, still stand at the center of the planet's story. Not as the strongest species, but as the most responsible one. That's what makes these animals beyond the most extreme strength. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update.